Throughout history, there has been people that have predicted the future, such as Nostradamus, Edgar Cayce, and Baba Vanga. And some scientists have also come out and predicted certain things that have happened, and they've also predicted things that are yet to happen as well. Today I'm going to be telling you about 5 predictions that people have predicted that is going to happen in the future, and it is scaring the shit out of people. And today's video is surprise on a Thursday because this is actually the date for a collab that I'm in at the moment. So I'm in a collab with some of the wonderful artists that I've been in a collab with in the past. We do like a themed collab, and today's theme for the video is the future. Hence the reason why I'm doing the scary predictions for what people have actually predicted is going to happen in the future. Now, if you want to check out the other people's artworks and their stories, I will have all the descriptions down below for all the people that are in the collab. And some of them are wonderful artists and they're lovely people, and I am blessed to be in the group where we get to sit around and chat, although I don't participate a great deal because I'm always way too busy doing just life stuff. And as you know, I like to neglect my social media accounts. I am hopeless. Now, I'm going to keep the information in this video today very, very simple because these things that I'm going to talk about today, you could go off into major rabbit holes and research so much information that will just go. It will do your head in. It's one of those sort of topics. Like I said, I'm going to keep it very, very basic and simple today. And also, I'm going to be talking about a few things in this video that YouTube might get a bit upset about. So just for this purpose, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Please don't take down my video. With that being said, let's get on with the video and let's get on with the drawing. Having your consciousness uploaded to a computer in the future could be a terrifying reality, where you could potentially live inside a computer or change from a flesh and bone body to something like a synthetic doll body. But what neuro and computer scientists are working on is to simulate your brain into a computer where it will process and respond to things just like a sentient being, basically replicating you. The method could be successfully done by copying and uploading the brain's neurons to a computer program emulating the brain, and this will take control of a body. The only problem so far is it requires to destroy the current organic brain. You will be living in a simulated world. We really could be living like that now. How do we know we don't already live like that in a simulation that is so realistic that we can't tell? Our consciousness is projected into the very bodies we are in here on Earth. This does my brain in, and I did a video on living in a simulation. Check it out up in the top right corner or at the end of this video. The transhuman movement and futurists state that this could be the way to extend life or live forever, as this is very important for us to move forward. Not only does this preserve life, but it will serve as a backup of your mind, so if you die, you can be brought back. They also want to be able to send artificial astronauts into space instead of flesh and blood people, so the human body doesn't get smashed with cosmic radiation, and artificial astronauts can go faster, longer trips without any issues like body failing, food or water. But it's also believed that we are more than our brains, and that this works and functions in conjunction with the rest of us. Not to mention that we could be an essence or a soul in a body that plugs into the brain, and the two need each other to create the person in its entirety. I don't know how they're going to be able to do this, especially when they don't fully understand the brain, but they might be hiding more than they let on. But they don't know how long it's going to take to replicate the human brain. It could take hundreds of years, but technology is going in leaps and bounds. Just look at the last 20 years and you will see the change. But will we accidentally recreate a Terminator scenario with killer robots and AI takes over the world? This goes into the next future prediction. A superhuman is someone that is human-like but has abilities above and beyond a normal human's capability. They could be naturally occurring or modifications done to achieve this superhuman ability. This can involve genetic engineering before a baby is born, or an existing human undergoes a procedure to advance what they already have. So think along the lines of a cyborg, half human, half machine. This could even involve someone being able to do telekinesis, which is the ability to move objects around with their mind, which could be achieved by a nanotechnology implant installed into the brain. This will be the stepping stone to break limitations that we suffer from. Playing around with genetic code can slowly advance the human race to be smarter, stronger, and naturally advance us into a superhuman race to eliminate weakness and potential violence. As the more advanced a civilization gets, it's said that the being becomes more and more driven to advance the civilization, not damage it or want to cause chaos. But it might go the other way and tyranny might run rampant. Ray Kurzweil, an inventor and futurist, predicted that between 2005 and 2045, humans will be evolving in this direction, and you will have a choice whether or not you want to be uploaded into a virtual reality and live forever, and make your way out into space to scan the universe and help populate and create civilization all over the Milky Way galaxy, or you could just stay as a human and live on Earth, and Earth will become a kind of reserve where humans, animals, and plants are cultivated and preserved. Examples of superhumans right now are athletes such as Usain Bolt, who can run faster than normal people and perform at a level outside of standards. Acrobatic pilot Greg Poe can withstand turns in his plane at 12 Gs. A standard human can only handle 4 to 6 Gs before passing out or dying. There is also many stories of people being able to lift extremely heavy objects under extreme stress, such as someone being trapped under a car and the other person is so desperate to get the car off of them that they can lift it, as the brain sends signals to the body to heighten senses and achieve the unthinkable. The only way to achieve some level of superhuman strength right now is to take performance-enhancing drugs like steroids or stimulants, but nervous system implants could allow your senses to be heightened and enable you to sense ultrasonic waves and communicate through the brain telepathically. Right now, Elon Musk is experimenting with Neuralink, which is a chip in the brain which will allow people to control a cursor or keyboard with their thoughts, and no one really knows how safe it is. And some sources say that tests on monkeys have resulted in seizures, paralysis, and brain swelling, and I am afraid that it could be hacked as well, and you could have someone control you. I think it's a lot of risk for little reward. Privacy erosion is happening right now, but the prediction is that it's gonna get worse, and the government and authorities will know what you are doing at all times. Now, this will be good for the bad people and stop crime, but for us who don't do anything wrong, we could see it as spying. Cameras will be installed absolutely everywhere, and on each lamppost, sign, satellite, and on top of that, all your data such as financials, social media, text, calls, and emails will be monitored by a surveillance program that shares it between big corporations like Google and the government, turning everything into a communist regime like China. Now, technology is the elephant in the room concerning our privacy. And AI just adds more of a level of issue with deep fakes that circulate. Now, deep fake is someone sitting in front of a camera and they have a software that overlays a different face over the top of them, like a celebrity or someone that they don't like, and it looks pretty real, and then they'll talk and say stuff that is really horrible or can just go viral and completely defame them. Now, the biggest issue with this is fraud, and it's only going to get worse, and not to mention the amount of spam calls we get on a daily basis due to companies on-selling our details to third-party companies to scam us into buying things that we don't need by bombarding us with calls, and also trying to get us to part with money and handing over our credit card, bank details, or other details such as full name and address to hopefully commit identity fraud. If we end up going down the path of going over to the CBDC, which is the central bank digital currency, this will link our digital ID, our social credit score, and we will not have any control over our lives or money. I talk about this in a video up in the top right corner. It's actually about the WEF policies, and I had to re-upload it because YouTube, in its infinite wisdom, took it down because apparently it was misinformation, but it's actually common knowledge and it's just sitting out there actually on the WEF's site. And if Klaus Schwab gets his way, which I hope he doesn't, this is what will be implemented, and we will not have any privacy ever again, and this will be near impossible to reverse. People like Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab seem to have such great and accurate predictions when it comes to pandemics, and you know why? Because these people are creating them. They create the problem and then sell you the solution. They may allegedly create deliberate pandemics to kill off the portion of the population. They can try and deny it all they want, but we know that they're making viruses in labs. Come on, just admit it. The other scary prediction is that this bioweapon could get into the wrong hands. Well, it's already in the wrong hands, but it could get into the hands of rogue states, terrorist groups, or just a sick, twisted individual that just wants to unleash this particular virus onto the world. Nature is already good at doing natural selection, but just imagine if intentional viruses were concocted and dropped into civilization. Some of the diseases that have been eradicated might come back tenfold and completely decimate the humanity. Apparently, the genetic code for many old viruses is available online, and while it will take some time and effort to recreate them and or reverse engineer them into superbugs, it can be done. Now, these viruses could be tailored to target specific people, such as males or red-headed people, etc., to wipe out a specific group of people. And just remember, in its peak, smallpox wiped out roughly 300 million people. That is nearly all of North America. There are a lot of asteroids hurtling towards us that could be potential threats. Now, Bennu is 490 meters wide and was discovered in September of 1999. It will apparently hit Earth on the 24th of September 2182, and this is a big maybe. It will release energy equal to 1.4 billion tons of TNT. Now, 2023 TL4 was discovered in 2023 and is 330 meters wide. It could strike Earth on the 10th of October 2119 and could cause energy equivalent to 7.5 billion tons of TNT. Now, another one that's a little closer and a little scarier is 2007 FT3, which is the quote-unquote lost asteroid because astronomers lost this asteroid in 2007. Once they rediscovered it, they gave it a probability of hitting Earth this year on the 5th of October 2024. This one will release an equivalent energy of 2.6 billion tons of TNT, enough to cause regional damage but not cause a global catastrophe. But they really don't know exactly what this thing's going to do if it hits Earth. If one was huge and was going to hit Earth, I honestly don't think NASA would tell us because the population would go absolutely nuts. We haven't had an asteroid hit us in such a massive extinctive scale since the dinosaurs. Now, that's if you believe that the dinosaurs died that way, or if you even believe dinosaurs existed at all. But hey, that's for a whole nother video. And there could be a few reasons for this. One is that Jupiter is actually the solar system's asteroid filter. Its magnetic field is so wide and strong that it will pull anything into itself that travels past it. Now, the second reason could be that NASA does have a weapon that can deal with any sized asteroid and they just don't tell us about it. Or it could be an alien space team that monitors our space and deflects any threat with advanced technology. Or we live in a simulation and the supercomputer controller has the ability to just delete it or deflect it. It is whatever theory you want to believe. A planet killer is an asteroid that is about 1 kilometer in size or above, and this one will wipe out our very existence. Now, the prediction is that one of these planet killers is going to hit Earth and wipe us all out eventually. Now, solar flares are another thing we need to watch out for. Now, a solar flare is a magnetic field from the sun that suddenly releases all the energy it has stored up and causes an explosion that projects outwards towards Earth. This produces high energy particles with intense flashes of light that can reach Earth in a few hours or days, creating magnetic storms in Earth's atmosphere that can last for days. Flares can cause transformer explosions, mobile phone outages, radio blackouts, and affect technology in general. It can also affect the human body, with some people feeling sick or having headaches while the flares are here on Earth, but don't worry, it's not the radiation that does it, as the radiation cannot penetrate the Earth's atmosphere, but people who get affected by energy shifts will feel it, and if you believe that piece of information, that's allegedly what happened. But not everyone is convinced. Some people have reported heart arrhythmia, seizures, high blood pressure, and an increase in heart attacks around the sun's solar flare times. The last most intense geometric storm was the Carrington event, which happened on the 1st of September 1859. It created a strong auroral energy that was felt right around the world, which caused fires in multiple telegraph stations. It only took 17.5 hours to get to Earth when it happened. There has been a few less severe ones since then, but it's said that we are due for another big solar flare, and can you imagine the devastation it would cause now with all the technology and towers that we have? It would be a complete outage with everything going down, such as internet, power, mobile phones, satellites, everything. There would be a lot of Gen Zs rocking in the corner having a panic attack without their social media, where they couldn't tell us what they had for breakfast. Now, what do you think about these predictions? Do you think that they have the potential to happen, or do you think that this is a bit of scaremongering on the scientists' behalf? And if there is any other scary predictions that you know of that you want to mention and let everyone know, or let me know what you think is going to happen. Now, the illustration that I decided to do for the video today was just what came to me when I thought of all this, was just creating like this half like, well, it's not human at all, but it's like a cyborg that has been wrapped in like a synthetic skin, but it's like all just either melted off or they've cut it off, and there's been some damage sustained to this cyborg, and there's still a little bit of the face left, and the bottom jaw has gone, and there's a bit of blood because there's like a little bit of blood that sort of was circulating through the skin, the artificial skin that went over this thing. And basically what they've done is they've just hooked it back up to the configuration just to see what went wrong. But this thing's basically kind of been destroyed in a way. God knows what happens. Use your imagination to sort of come to your own conclusions about what could have happened to this half human, half cyborg. But anyway, that is it from me. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you go and check out all the other people I joined in the collab for this future topic. And if you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. Dislike it, I couldn't care less, because any interaction that you give me helps the algorithm to find other people that enjoy this kind of content. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.